Hello and welcome back. If you are a healer who is secretly exhausted, even though outwardly your career looks successful, maybe you are quietly thinking, can I carry on like this? Or you're wondering if there's a better way to do the work that you absolutely love without running yourself into the ground, then this episode is for you. Because today we're talking about the one decision that changes everything, that shifts you from stress and pressure into peace and purpose and passion. So, even if everyone around you has normalized it, being a healer does not have to be exhausting. So even though everyone around you is, drinking cold coffee and complaining about how tired they are, how stressed they are, how much pressure they're under, even though your older peers are telling you that that is normal, they had to do it, and so you're just going to have to suck it up. Even though most healers you see across all sectors, when you take your animals to the vets, if you have to go to the hospital or the dentist or, for energy work, there is this undercurrent of exhaustion and stress that we can all feel and sense, even if we're not, conscious of it. But healing people actually gets to become the most exhilarating part of your life. And it all starts with one decision. You just have to decide to put you, the human, before you, the healer. You just have to choose that you, the human, are just as important as you, the healer. Because most of us weren't taught to do it this way around. We were taught that the long hours were normal. The busier you were, the more status you had. The more you were rushing around, the more important you must be. That being a healer meant that you automatically had to bend over backwards to help people. There's incredible pressure to say yes, even when your body is screaming, no. I don't have the energy, I don't have the time to do that, and yet the pressure to still say yes is huge. The rules and expectations that were, designed by systems that were never designed for us, and we certainly were never designed to fit into them. Because what if that was never the truth? What if the exhaustion that you feel isn't a sign that you can't do this work, or if you have a business, you're not very good at business, or you're somehow weak if you can't keep up, or the system is broken? I also went through this phase, believing that the system was broken. Actually, the system is working perfectly for those who designed it. What if the exhaustion is not a sign of those, but it's actually a sign that the way you are working is due for an upgrade? So the truth is, it is not the work itself that's wearing you down. It's the way you were taught to do that work. And again, not really even taught by your peers or the system. It's actually that you were taught by your system, because your system has stored a block in your body, making you believe that the only way to survive is to sprint through your day. It makes you believe that the only way to survive is if you get through your entire to-do list today before bedtime. The only way you will survive is if you control everything and micromanage every single part of your day so that you know exactly what's going on. So the beautiful thing is, you can rewrite that. You have the power to rewrite that block, every part of it, and completely change how you work. so that it becomes exhilarating. It gives you energy. It actually gives you that high that fuels you so much. So once you rewrite this block, making changes and refinements to how you're working, the way you're working, doesn't feel scary. It doesn't feel like a risk. It doesn't feel like danger. It doesn't put your body into that hypervigilant state. It feels natural. It feels like the natural progression of where you're going. It feels supportive. Letting go and relaxing and starting to have some fun feels safe. Because what if you worked the hours that supported your body and your energy and your creativity and your lifestyle? What if you worked those hours? What if you created, space between all your clients instead of sprinting through the day? I always used to say, I got in the car, I drove to work, I sprinted a marathon the whole day, and then I got in the car and came home. Because being a healer is different. There are very few times where you can slip into autopilot. There are very few times where you can zone out. You have sometimes a different human in front of you every 15 minutes. So you have to refocus, and it's a different complaint, a different set of circumstances, a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of mental activity. It's not like other jobs. What if you were able to say no without feeling guilty? In fact, what if you were able to design your entire day, maybe your business, if you have one, around what brings you joy instead of, what makes you feel guilty, instead of because you feel obliged to, instead of because you believe you have a duty to? What if you did it around what excites you and makes you happy instead? What if you had the energy to clap for your clients as loudly as you do now and still have the energy when you get home to laugh with your family? What if you felt like you were in overflow instead of just keeping your head above water trying to survive? Because when you decide to put you first, your health, your joy, your happiness, your energy, it changes the game for everyone. So this isn't just about creating ease for you. It's about making your impact, the impact that you came here to make, and loving your life while you do it. It's about loving the process and letting go of the result. It's about loving what you're doing in every moment. So you're not just delivering incredible sessions for people, because you do that already. You're already incredible at what you do. This is about changing your experience of it. So you are oozing the energy of someone who loves what they do, loves who they are, loves how they're doing it, loves how they feel. That's how you become magnetic. When you feel like that, your clients feel it, your family feels it, you feel it. And this isn't a pipe dream. This gets to become your next chapter if you choose it. And you can choose it in any moment. You can choose it in this one, or in this one, or in this one. That's how many opportunities are available to you. You are already in an overflow of opportunities. So if your body just exhaled while you were listening to this, you are ready. This is the new era of healing. And this is the most revolutionary thing that you can do. So, are you in? DM me on Instagram and let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to connecting with you in the next podcast.